Let me take you on a journey. Long ago, in the land of Israel, the people had once again turned away from God. Because of this, God allowed the Philistines' fierce and powerful Enemesto rule over them for 40 years. But even in those dark days, God was planning something amazing. In a quiet village in the tribe of Dan, God would show favor to a very nice couple. In this village lived a man named Manoah and his wife. They had no children, and that made them very sad. But one day, something incredible happened. A bright light shone. An angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife in the field. He said to her gently,
"You are barren and childless, but you are going to become pregnant and have a son. Be careful not to drink wine or eat anything unclean, and never cut his hair. He will be dedicated to God from birth and will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines."
Wow, a man of God came to me, looking like an angel. I have to tell my husband.
She ran home to tell Manoah.
A man of God visited me. He said we will have a son, and he will help save our people from the Philistines.
That's great news. Lord, please let the man of God come back and teach us how to raise this child.
God heard Manoah's prayer, and the angel returned. Manoah spoke with him, wanting to understand what to do.
Please, what should we do to raise the boy properly?
Everything I told your wife, she must do. The boy must never eat unclean food or have his hair cut.
Manoah offered a sacrifice, and as the fire rose, the angel of the Lord went up in the flames, leaving the couple amazed and filled with awe. Manoah trembled.
We have seen God. Will we die? But if God wanted to kill us, he wouldn't have accepted our offering or told us this wonderful news.
Time passed, and the woman gave birth to a baby boy, and the child grew into a giant. His name was Samson. He grew and waxed very strong, and the Lord blessed him with extraordinary strength. God's Spirit began to stir within him. Samson wasn't just any boy. He was chosen for a great purpose. He could go anywhere fearlessly, including the villages of the Philistines. Years later, Samson grew up strong and bold. One day, while walking through Timnah, he saw a young Philistine woman, and his heart leapt.
I saw a woman in Timnah. She's the one I want to marry. Get her for me.
Can't you find a wife among our people? Why must you marry a Philistine?
She's the one I want, replied Samson. His parents didn't realize that God was using this moment to create a plan that would bring trouble to the Philistines. One day, Samson demonstrated his divine strength when he killed a lion with his bare hands. This happened as Samson walked alone, and suddenly a lion leapt out roaring. Samson clenched his fists. Then, God's Spirit came upon Samson, and with his bare hands, he tore the lion apart like it was nothing. Samson met his father again, without even showing a sign that he had just fought a lion. So, he didn't tell anyone what happened. Not even his parents. Samson returned to marry the woman, and he still met the lion's carcass. When Samson walked by where he had killed the lion, he noticed something strange. Bees had made a hive inside it, and there was honey. Samson scooped out the honey and ate it, sharing some with his parents without telling them where it came from. At the wedding party, 30 Philistine men arrived to celebrate with Samson. So Samson asked them a riddle, saying,
I have a riddle for you. If you can solve it in 7 days, I'll give each of you fine clothes.
But if you can't, then you give me 30 sets of clothes. Tell us the riddle, the Philistine men said to Samson curiously, with a sly grin.
Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet.
They couldn't figure it out. For days, they struggled. Then, they pressured Samson's bride to get the answer. They threatened, find out the answer from your husband or we'll burn you and your family. Samson's wife pleaded to Samson. You don't love me. You won't even tell me your riddle's meaning. She cried day after day. Finally, Samson gave in and told her. She told the men. On the seventh day, the Philistine men simply said to Samson, "What is sweeter than honey? What is stronger than a lion?" Samson was very angry and replied to the men,
If you hadn't plowed with my heifer, you wouldn't have solved my riddle.
Then the Spirit of the Lord rushed on Samson again. He stormed into a Philistine town, defeated 30 men, and took their clothes to pay his debt. Furious and betrayed, Samson went back to his father's house, leaving his bride behind. And her father gave her to another man. Samson was a man of great strength and deep flaws. He often acted out of emotion, but God had chosen him for a reason. Through every choice and mistake, God was setting the stage because Samson's story wasn't finished yet. Samson stood alone on a hill, looking out over the Philistine lands, obviously imagining what to do to them in order to save his people. Even before Samson was born, God had a plan for him. His story reminds us that God can use even our struggles, emotions, and broken moments for a greater purpose. God can bring strength from weakness and light from darkness. Just like he did with Samson, he can do it with us too. God has a purpose for you no matter where you've been or what you've done. Trust his plan. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Bible stories made simple, real, and full of hope.